Hello students, in today's video we are going to study about elimination reaction, or we can also call it as dehydrohalogenation. Elimination is a reaction in which there is loss of small molecules. Let us have a look. If we take alkyl halide and when it is heated with alcoholic KOH, there will be loss of smaller molecules like H and X will be lost. So this bond and this bond is breaking. So in the product we will be getting carbon. These two bonds will remain as it is. Carbon bonds will remain as it is, and then the bond which is breaking, there will be what? There will be a double bond between these two carbon. So we will put a double bond. Next thing is H will combine with OH in order to form H2O plus K will take up X and it will form KX. So in short, we can see that whenever elimination reaction takes place, the single bond, it is getting converted to double bond. So in short, there is a breakage of a bond. So in the product, you will get one additional bond. Clear? Now this reaction is also called as dehydrohalogenation reaction because there is loss of hydrogen as well as halogen in order to form the corresponding alkene. Let us have a look on one more example. If we take ethyl bromide when it is heated with alcoholic KOH, let us first try to expand this particular structure. This is CH3H, H. This is CH, and then Br plus KOH. The same reaction I am writing when it is heated. Okay. Now how you are going to carry out the reaction? Firstly, you are going to remove the halogen from one carbon and then the hydrogen from the adjacent carbon. This is the adjacent carbon. So you can remove either this hydrogen, this or this. Let us remove this hydrogen. So H and Br has been lost. So definitely between these two carbon there will be a double bond. So I am going to write down this as CH2 double bond CH2. This is the major product. K will take up a Br. Since K is plus, Br is minus, so opposite will attract. So K will take up Br to form KBr, and then OH will take up H in order to form H2O. So we have converted ethyl bromide to ethene. Clear? So likewise, you can take n number of reactions in order to solve the dehydrohalogenation reaction. Let us have a look on few more examples. In the second example, let us have a look on propyl bromide heated with KOH, alcoholic. Remember, we need to use alcoholic KOH in order to carry out elimination reaction. So first of all, we are going to expand this. So this will be CH, H, H. Then on the second carbon, 2 hydrogen. On the first carbon, 2 hydrogen. This is the Br. You will write down as it is. Then KOH, alcoholic, heated. So the trick is you are going to first look at the Br. Okay, wherever you find Br, then adjacent to this carbon, you are going to remove one hydrogen. So since these two bonds are breaking, there will be additional bond between these two carbon. So the final product I am going to write down is CH3, CH, okay, CH. Then there will be a double bond between these two carbon. Finally, we will be writing CH2 plus KBr plus H2O. So the reactant we used is N-propyl bromide, and then the major product we are getting is propene. So we have carried out dehydrohalogenation. If we have a compound by which we get two different alkenes, then how to decide which is a major product, which is a minor product? So there is a rule called as a Sedgwick rule. Let us have a look on the Sedgwick rule. Now, according to Sedgwick rule, if two alkenes may be formed due to dehydrohalogenation of a haloalkane, the one which is most substituted is the main product. Now, what do you mean by most substituted? If I look into this particular compound, I can see that there is a Br group present on this carbon. The carbon which is adjacent to this carbon we can call it as a alpha carbon. Okay, the carbon which is adjacent to alpha carbon is called as a beta carbon. So now in this particular structure, we have two beta carbon, one on right side, the other on left hand side. Now, according to this rule, the alkene which is most preferred is the one which is having more alkyl group, more substituent. So if I look into this particular carbon, this carbon is having one alkyl group, one methyl group attached to it. On the left hand side, there is no such alkyl group. So this is more alkylated, this one is less alkylated. Or in the other words, I can say this carbon is more substituted, this is less substituted. So the hydrogen will be lost from this carbon according to Sedgwick rule. So if the hydrogen is lost from this carbon, the double bond will be formed between these two carbon. Let's write down the structure. This is the structure formed after losing the hydrogen from right hand side beta carbon. Now we get the second compound but in minor quantity. The second compound will be the one in which there will be loss of this particular hydrogen. So we will be writing CH2, CH, double bond, CH2, CH3. This is how you are going to write down the mixtures of alkenes by following the Sedgwick rule. The one which is more alkylated will be forming the major product. The one which is less alkylated will be the minor product. In the next video, we will be solving few more examples on dehydrohalogenation as well as Sedgwick rule. So keep watching.